Interviews with business owners and veteran executives who share their wisdom and expertise to help you de-stress, free up time, and make more money. Profits of IT. Welcome back to the Profits of IT. I am Jim Punzenberger, your host and the creator of the Managed Prospecting System. If you're looking for leads, appointments, and you're not looking to cold call or to spend a bunch of money on ads, check out managedprospectingsystem.com. I'm excited to have with me today Jesse Theiler. Jesse is the founder of what's the name of your company? Emler?
Yeah, MLR Consulting Group.
MLR. I'm sorry for the
Okay.
MLR Consulting. Jesse, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Yeah, thanks, Jim. Thanks for having me on. It's nice to be with you. Yeah, I'm founder and CEO of MLR Consulting Group. We're a Salesforce partner, so we're a consultancy. I founded the company in 2016. Was the sole founder. We're bootstrapped, and today we have grown into a nice little consultancy. So my background is in technology. I started in 1996. I've spent almost my entire career in IT and in a variety of different roles, different size companies, publicly traded, privately held, and enjoy consulting probably most of all.
Cool. So what's something interesting about yourself outside of work?
Great question, Jim. Something interesting about myself outside of work, probably recently I joined a band. And
Really?
so I did, and I'm the lead singer in a band called Andy Watson and the JBT. So that's fun.
What genre of music is it?
We're a cover band. It's primarily pop and rock.
Rock type?
Exactly. Kind of
So
it spans, spans from the 70s up to current.
You guys that play at like the festivals and bars and stuff like that. Is that the type?
Yeah, that's generally where we play. We like to have fun with it, but yeah, local band here in Madison, Wisconsin.
Cool.
Yeah.
So moving back to business, what would you say are some of the keys to your success in business, and how can others apply those in their own lives and their businesses?
Yeah, great question, Jim. I would say keys to success for me. When I started MLR, again, it was just me. I had been the CIO at a organization, and my position was eliminated. I lost my job. So I kind of had to make this work. And so persistence, I would say, and perseverance in any role, whether you're a founder or whether you're, an employee at a company, there's a lot of adversity that you face, and just being persistent and keeping, to use a well-worn, analogy, just keep putting one foot in front of the other. And so that would be one thing I would say, Jim, is persistence and perseverance. And then the other one I like is really just say yes a lot. There's lots of demands on your time. And so I realized in I2, you can't say yes to everything, but just say yes a lot, because you kind of doors open and doors close. And if you'd never walk through those doors, you'll never really know what's on the other side.
So really being open to and saying yes.
Yeah. Yep.
And is there any criteria you use for what to say yes to or what not to say yes to? Or
Yeah, great question. I mean, I think a prerequisite to saying yes is just having an idea of what it is you're trying to accomplish exactly. I think it's always good to network, because people help each other, and you just never know if somebody, you can help somebody in some way, or they can help you, unless you say yes to the conversation. Of course, things like if they're straight up here, I'd like you to buy my XYZ thing, and that's really not something you need, well, then you're not going to say yes to that probably. But yeah, I would say that the short answer is having an idea of what your objectives are currently and what it is you're trying to accomplish, what goals you're trying to accomplish, and then match up the situation where you might have a yes no decision based on that. And if it's maybe, say yes.
Cool. So what other things have been keys to your success in growing your business and making MLR a
Yeah.
success?
Yeah. I think, Jim, certainly having good people, right? Once you have a company and people start to join your team in that, you really want to have really good people. And I feel really fortunate that at MLR we have really good people. We're very much a mission-based organization. And so when you're interviewing and when you meet people, I think just having an alignment of values, so what your organizational values are, and doing your best to assess their personal values, that's really important in finding and having good people. So I think that's a number one. And then a second thing I might add more on the customer side or client side, Jim, is just treat customers well and do the best you can to serve them. Things don't always go well. Not all customers are easy. We all know that. But just doing the very best you can to try to make it easier for your customer. Generally, it tends to work out, fairly well. They won't all, but it tends to.
Got it. So if I'm looking to add people to my organization, any keys to knowing like to how to know if they're really good or not? Do you have any tips on that?
Yeah, I think something I say first and foremost, we talk about it internally, is nobody bats 1,000 in recruiting, right? You just don't. Sometimes it's not, you think it's going to be great and it doesn't work out. But I think to maximize your chances, just having a clear idea of what the purview of the person is, or the role, what the duties and responsibilities are, what the capabilities are you're looking for, and then having a very clear sense of, again, what your values are and what your non-negotiables are. So for us, it's values. So if we find a candidate that we feel like for whatever reason there's a mismatch in values, then we just don't proceed. That's non-negotiable for us. And just knowing what those non-negotiables are for you, maybe jotting them down, and then sticking with them, because in a busy world and right now at this point in time, everybody is trying to hire. There's not enough people. It gets easy to make sacrifices. So just know what your non-negotiables are and then stick to that.
Got it. Cool. So any other tips and related to making yourself successful? Or is what other people can do to make themselves successful in business?
Yeah. I would say, to me, it really, a lot of it is about people. It's about yourself too, like having confidence in yourself and just believing in whatever it is you're trying. If you're in a role that's difficult or you're new to it, you're learning, you just have to have confidence that you can do it. I would say is one thing. On the people side, again, it's almost impossible for any of us to be successful singularly and by ourselves alone. So again, networking, finding people that you can help, and I think that's an important maybe tip on networking, Jim, is helping people first, and then it has a way of them coming back and helping you, whether that's through an introduction for somebody in their network and you expand your network, whether it's knowledge they might have, or if you are a hiring manager in some capacity, an employee or staff member. I think, just expanding your network, doing good things for people, and just staying, again, persistent around adversity will happen, difficult times will come. I feel like in this day and age, at times you see people quit and they're just like, I just don't want to deal with this. You really want to build a skill around resiliency and persistence, I think. And I think that helps you be successful too.
Got it. And so question for you about MLR. Do you have a elevator pitch, 30 seconds on who's an ideal client for MLR and why they should be doing business with you?
Yeah, I appreciate that, Jim. Yeah, I think our organization, MLR Consulting Group, mlrconsulting.com. We're again a consultancy that solves business problems through the Salesforce platform. So we exclusively work on the Salesforce platform. So we develop solutions there. We have especially a focus around health and life sciences. So if you're a healthcare organization, whether you're a provider or a payer or a health technology company, and you have Salesforce, that's the type of client that we very likely can help. Size wise, we are on the upper end of the medium business segment, I would say. I know that people define that differently, but that would be a good bunch of people for us. And then again, we're about people. So if you're relationship based and you want to develop long-term relationships with your partners, and you see consultancies like us as a partnership, that's a good fit for us too. We really try to avoid getting into scenarios where you're just simply a vendor and it's kind of it's not more relationship space, it's very transactional. That's probably not as good a fit as those who are very partnership oriented.
Cool. And if somebody wanted to get a hold of you, how would they do that?
Yeah, fine. There's a couple different ways. LinkedIn is probably, if you're on LinkedIn, reach out to me. You can ping me directly. I actively view LinkedIn and kind of see those requests. So that's a good way. Another way you could email me at Jesse, Jesse, at mlrconsulting.com. And that would be another great way to reach out to me for anything.
Great. Well, thank you for your time here today and your insights. It's been very interesting and informative. So any last remarks?
Yeah, no, thanks so much, Jim. It's nice to be here with you. I appreciate you having me on, and thanks again.
Great. Well, thank you. And until next time on the Profits of IT, I am Jim Punzenberger, the founder and creator of the Managed Prospecting System. If you're looking to get results through hyper-personalized outreach, check out managedprospectingsystem.com. And bye for now.
Thank you for tuning in to the Profits of IT. Please smash that like button, subscribe, and share.